Was good? Buckeye Steppas podcast, man. Back full effect, fresh off the win this past Saturday versus the Texas Longhorns. Horns down shit. And
We
man,
told you.
the AP
We
poll came out
told
today officially.
you.
And the guys is number one, two today, man. So salute to the guys, man. How y'all
Hey,
feeling
hey,
today,
hold
fellas?
on, hold on. Let's not miss the important part of those ratings that came out, those rankings that came out. Them shitballs up north as you're sharing all your fucking videos of Justice Haynes running for touchdowns and Bryce Underwood throwing a couple of good passes and your linebacker getting an unfair targeting penalty. We told you you didn't look that fucking sweet against 118th ranked Nevada, and you fell a fucking spot in the rankings, you fucking shitballs. You fucking shitards. We told you didn't look that good, Bobby. We told you.
Yeah, the final score wasn't indicative to how the game went for sure. For
What,
sure.
the Nevada Michigan game?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like 24-17 the start of the fourth quarter. Like it was a really or 27-17, my bad.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was a really Nevada had a chance well into the fourth quarter to get into that game. Like
Yeah, they did.
Michigan
Yeah, just
saved
kind
it.
of
I'll
going
give them
over.
that, and they got a little fluke last minute touchdown to make it look worse than it was. But absolutely, that
All right,
was
just kind of
not as good a game
recapping
as
week
these guys are trying
one.
to act like.
Yeah, so just kind of going back over week one a little bit. Starting off Thursday, of course, Boise State, they got upset and blew out belt to ass right there,
Ass
34 to
whooping.
7. And Illinois, of course, they go ahead and put belt to Western Illinois in that game right there. And moving forward, of course, what I'm saying, you see our game 14-7. Penn State, they was a little shaky a little bit early on with Nevada a little
I'm
bit in
in New
that game.
Mexico, by the way. My bad.
Yeah, and but Penn State they did their thing. They won 46-11. And LSU, of course, they beat Clemson in the game 17-10.
What
That
a
was a
great
good
game. What a great game, honestly.
good ass game. Good
That was a
ass
good
game
game.
for sure. And and Georgia, they blew out Marshall 45-7. And Oregon, of course, they blew out Montana State 59-13.
You're a piece of shit.
And of course, big upset, man. Florida State upsetting Alabama 31-17, putting belt to them boys. And going over next, we got Arizona State. They got a dub against Northern Arizona. That game was a little bit shaky on Arizona State behalf. They was keeping a little bit close for a little bit with them. And then, of course, the bums up north, they beat New Mexico 34 to 17. Then you got Florida blowing out Long Island 55 nothing. SMU 42-13 over at Eastern Texas A&M. Then Kansas State 38-35 and a banger with North Dakota. Like that game went to the end in that game right there. That was nasty work. Kansas State had to kick a field goal to win that game right there. So nasty work right there with Kansas State. Losing to Iowa State in week zero and then coming back in a banger with North Dakota in week one right here. And you got Oklahoma, they won 35-3 over Illinois State. And you got Texas A&M 42-24 over Tennessee San Antonio. Then you got Indiana 27-14 over Old Dominion. They was in a banger with Old Dominion, which was kind of crazy. Kind of crazy on Indiana bad. Ole Miss 63-7 over Georgia State. Iowa State 55-7 over South Dakota. Texas Tech 67-7 over Arkansas Pine Bluff. And Tennessee, they got the dub with Syracuse 45-26, putting belt to them boys. And to cap off the weekend, of course, South Carolina, they won 24-11 and beating Virginia Tech in a tough game. And Miami pulled it out last night versus Notre Dame, man, 27-24, dog.
Yeah.
So no boys about the Miami boys.
Let's calm
Hey,
down. Notre
So
Dame
all
Right.
lost
right,
to
so
Northern Illinois and then made the national championship. Let's calm down on week one. First off, I'd like to say in your scores that you showed, shout out to Old Dominion. My umpire Jeff Powers was QB1 for Old Dominion like 5-6 years ago. Kind of cool.
Okay.
yeah, I mean the games this week, man, it was good action this week overall with week one. Of course, you had, No, we might let's go ahead and get to let's get to our official belt to ass segment right here. We're gonna go ahead and do that now and get that out of the way. So belt to ass of the weekend, we're gonna name several. And we starting off South Florida, Boise State. South Florida got put belt to ass to Boise State. Boise State, they look horrible out there. They South Florida, they shut their run game down and forced Boise State to pass the ball early on in the game when they was down 17-7. And South Florida, they cooked them boys. So belt to ass of the week, one of the teams, Boise State, they get the official belt, man. Belt to ass, man, right there in that game. And another one, Alabama. Y'all getting belt to ass of the week too, man. Florida State put belt to y'all 31-17, man. The game wasn't even close. They smoked y'all the whole entire game. It wasn't even close.
Yeah.
Like in Alabama, I don't know what it is up there. Florida State, yeah, we know they hit that portal heavy, and Mike Norville, he had them boys ready to play, man. Of course, it was a home field advantage game, but that don't mean shit for the play from Alabama. Like Alabama just didn't look inspired, and I remember hearing Johnny Manziel say some shit the other day. I think it was on
Ocho.
yeah, on what's it called, on the nightcap show, where Johnny
Mm-hmm.
Manziel said like they don't these teams don't fear Alabama anymore. They don't fear them,
Nah.
and that's exactly what's happening right there. And you remember that kid Thomas Castellanos, he he said Nick Saban can't save them boys, and he backed all his words up, man. I remember we
Hmm.
was talking about that shit in the offseason, with all that shit talking. He was talking with Alabama, man, and he backed all his words up in that game, man. So belt to ass of the week, another one goes to Alabama out there, man. Nasty work right there, 31-17 right there, dog.
Yeah.
Nasty work.
Well, it's a fact that he said it and then went out there and let his play back it up too, bro. Like,
Dang,
like I mean, he had some players that make plays, but he made plays. You know what I'm saying? It's like he didn't rely on anybody else. I mean, he did, but he's a quarterback. But I'm just saying, like he went out there and did his thing. You know,
thanks.
so
Yeah, so Belter ass of the week goes to Alabama and Boise State, man. Belter ass segment right there, man. Alabama, Boise State, y'all got to get yourself right, man, so y'all won't be on the list this next week.
I think it's gonna be a long season for both teams.
Boise State for sure. Boise State.
yeah,
I'm really interested to see how Alabama bounce back though, and see because man, you remember we was talking about that game with Florida State. I was like, they got Todd Simpson as their
Man,
starter, man. I
they need to
don't
just
know
let
about
Keelan
that.
go. They just need to let Keelan go and let this season be what it is and let him get prepared for next year. Because I'm gonna
Yeah,
tell you,
man.
I don't know that they got. Man, I'm telling you, I promise y'all, Florida State not as good as everybody think just because they beat number 8 Alabama. Alabama is not number 8 Alabama that we're used to, and I'm telling you
Bro,
that.
that's
Watch
what
what I
I
say
was
to you.
saying earlier in the chat. I told TB because we was talking about Florida State. Should they be and should they move them in the top 10 in the AP? And I'm like, hell nah. Like, you want to put them in the top 25? Yeah, so be it. But top 10, hell nah. I got to see more from Florida State. I still don't trust Florida State 100%, but they may be good this year, better than they were last year. They definitely showed it with that game the other day with Alabama for sure, man.
They were
So we
two
can
and
go ahead.
ten last year. Not really hard to be better than that.
Thanks. Thanks, man. So we can
but
go
they
ahead and
didn't
get
look
into
like
it, man.
last year. They lost to Georgia Tech though, like by bad. Like this
I
wasn't the
mean,
same
Georgia
team.
went into what 5 overtimes with them.
What? Yeah, but it was. This wasn't the same team. Bro, like the way they played, bro. They played like they belong. I mean, I got the sense like they played. They made a statement like we belong here. Like this ain't no fluke type shit, bro. That's the way it looked. I
We
mean, I
beat
know
them by
Bama
20.
may be bad. You know what I mean? Maybe down here for Bama, or you know what I'm saying. But don't Florida, bro. They look better. Florida State, like I said in the group, they look better than Notre Dame. They look better than Texas. They look better than Clemson. They look better.
Why the fuck did you just say that they looked better than 3 losing teams? What is
But
that?
but
What
but
does
these are
that
teams.
help
Florida
them?
State was unranked, bro. Florida State's unranked. So you got an unranked team that look better than 3 of the 4 top 10 teams.
That
I can see if
lost.
they was ranked, but they weren't even ranked.
I hear you.
I would have put them in the top 15. I would have made them like 15. I ain't putting them in the top 10.
Did they make the top 25?
They did.
What number are they? I didn't
Um,
even notice.
hold on.
I didn't like open it looking for them.
They are Florida State.
Yeah, it's on the
They
screen
number
right there.
14.
Yeah,
They
they got them at
14.
14.
So they got them top 15.
Yep.
I don't
I
know
would have
how.
them 15. They went from unranked to 14th.
Damn, Miami all the way up at 5 is ooh wee. That's a big jump. They, you know, they had them at 10 though in the Notre Dame game, so it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
They only moved Notre Dame back to 9. Clemson only moved back to 8. Texas back to 7.
They got Florida. They saying Florida State better than Michigan. Ha! They look
Because they
better.
had a better win.
They look better too. Yo, that Michigan Oklahoma. I can't wait till we have predictions from that game.
Yeah, that's yeah, Thursday night. Thursday night on the show live. Thursday, 8 o'clock Eastern time. We definitely gonna be doing these predictions for all of these big games this week for sure and everything. But let's get into our game that happened right here.
Mm-hmm.
The guys, man, the Buckeyes pulled it out, man, 14-7, man. Julian saying he was 13 for 21 tutty, 126 passing yards. Our leading rusher was C.J. Donaldson. He had 19 carries for 67 yards and a tutty. Cornell Tate was our leading receiver with 2 catches, 49 yards, one tutty. Arvin Reese, he had 1 sack, of course. And Iggy, man, he led the team in tackles with 10. And
Oh,
the Buckeyes held Arch Manning 17 for 30, 1 touchdown and 1 interception, 170 passing yards in the game. And just kind of
Shout
going
out
back
Maine.
over
Shout out Maine.
yeah.
total yards right here. We only had 203 total yards in the game, and Texas had 336. One turnover on their behalf, 16 first downs for them, 11 for us. Only 2 penalties from our team in this game, which is very good, very good. Team was very disciplined, and no, shout out to Texas too. Only 6 penalties from them. Very most likely more so discipline on both teams. It was a clean game, penalty wise. I definitely would say for sure. Um, third down, no, 3 for 12 for us, 5 for 14 for them. On fourth down, we were 1 for 2. They were 1 for 5. We stopped them 4 times on the goal line in this game. I mean, no, we had four fourth down stops in this game. That was real significant for sure. 4 times on fourth down, Ohio State stopped Texas on fourth down, which is very significant in the game for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And just going back to so James Peoples, he only had 10 carries, 20 yards. I was hearing Ryan Day in his press conference today. He said that it's really no starter. For real, they just was going with who they felt was hot at the time, and they felt CJ was more hot than James at the time. So he got the bulk of the carries Saturday, but he said both of those guys are going to split carries, throughout the season, like last season with Q and Trey last year. So that's news for us, the running back situation right there. Of course, wide receivers, man. Cardinal Tate, 2 catches, 49 yards. JJ had 6 catches, 43 yards. Max Clear had one for 11. Brandon Ennis, he had one for 9. He had 2 for 8. CJ Donaldson had one for 9, and Bennett Christian had one for 6. And you see on the defensive side, Arbor Reese with 9 tackles, 4 solo. Jalen McClain with 8 tackles, 5 solo. Kaden McDonald with 8 tackles. Lord, Lorenzo Styles with 7 tackles. Caden Curry with 6. Caleb Downs with 5. Sonny with 5. Jermaine Matthews with 3. He was the player of the game on the defensive side of the ball for Ohio State. Multiple pass breakups, had 1 pick in the game. CJ Hicks, he had a great game. That last play of the game that was real significant for sure. And let me go ahead and play this footage from the game. Actually, I got this footage, so let me go and play this footage real quick.
And they'll hand it off. Donaldson! Touchdown, Bucks! C.J. Donaldson. They need 10 here. Manning. Stepping up! And he's taken down behind the line of scrimmage. Arvell Reese.
Largely taking that away, Gus.
Play fake. Manning, he'll throw it this time. Oh, it's intercepted. Matthews Jr. Saying, looking, goes deep, saying, Tate! Touchdown! Tater! Carnell Tate, 40 yards. Arch Manning. Guns it. Touchdown, Texas! Livingstone! And Manning in trouble! Got it away! Caught, but not enough for the first. And Ohio.
Man, big, big game right there, man. Big game right there for the boys right there. And so, what was y'all like favorite plays from the and favorite moments from the game from Saturday?
You said favorite moments.
Yeah,
Um, um, I'm trying to think. I think my favorite moments was the fourth down stop, Arvell Reese's tackle on the fourth down.
yeah,
That
yeah.
was that was probably one of my favorite moments. And then the Carnell Tate touchdown. That was probably like my top two.
Facts. Yeah, Cornell, he cooked them in that route too, man. He cooked them bad. And the ball from Julian was a little bit like underthrown, but it was on point for, Cornell, to go ahead and grab that, man, for sure. So big, that was a big play for us right there to go up top on them boys right there for sure. And
Absolutely.
T Mac, man, what was your favorite moments, brother, in this game?
Um, I would say that my favorite moment was the whole game, but specifically watching Arvell Reese. Just the growth for him was very good in my opinion. It's like almost unreal, to be honest. But like if you were to tell me pick a favorite play, I would say probably the Arvell Reese sack. That I talked about it at work all night last night. Just the way he faked out the coverage and how smooth he did it to where he just basically just walked straight to that man. Uh, it was definitely a sweet play.
I think I got that
And
right.
I mean, honestly, I really enjoyed the fourth down CJ Donaldson touchdown because most people try to say that's like the best defensive line in the country, and to punch it in on 4th and goal like that was definitely clutch for sure, and definitely set the momentum of the game.
Absolutely. Let me see. I got this clip from it, I think, too, from Arville. I think,
Manning, they need
that's
10 here. Manning, stepping up, and he's taken down behind the line of scrimmage. They need 10 here. Manning, stepping up, and he's taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
yeah, bro. Arville was just like, bro, he was so amazing watching him play, bro. Like seeing that shit. Like I was telling TB earlier when we was on the phone for a quick second earlier, I like, bro, it's so crazy. We've been covering our squad throughout this whole entire off season, and like everything was built up for this game in particular. And it's so crazy to see a lot of our takes come full circle in this game. Like Matt
Right.
Patricia, like I've been talking about since we hired Matt Patricia. I know some people wasn't high on Matt Patricia, and I was the one. I'm like, bro, I love this hire. I think it's gonna be sweet for him, coming from the NFL down to college, cooking up, bro, like, and he cooked up, and dialed up so much good shit, man. Was had Arch out there throwing balls in the dirt and everything, dog. Like it was beautiful to see the schemes. Bro, it was one play that really, it really stuck with me. I seen Gary and Conley talking about this play. He shared this play on Twitter where they were they disguised the coverage as man coverage, and then as the play was going on, they disguised it in the cover too, and it fucked Arch up so bad he threw the ball in the dirt on that play, like where I was like, it was just, and you just see so much different shit that Matt P was dialing up with this defense and just using everybody to their best abilities, like CJ Hicks on that last play of the game, him
Yeah.
coming off the edge,
I
blazing,
saw
fast.
I saw a post that said Matty P is used to getting ready for Aaron Rodgers and Lamar Jacksons and Pat Mahomes. This motherfucker was probably licking at the chops, looking at a first time starter in the shoe that was overhyped, and he could see the film and knew that it didn't match to what they were trying to say. He was probably just licking his chops. Like,
Yeah.
and they said, like, it probably almost comes easy at this point. You know what I'm saying? He's used to going against the best in the world and providing an elite defensive analysis against the best quarterbacks in the world. And now he's going against, I mean, no disrespect to Arch Manning. He might become one of the best in the world someday. But because I'm gonna say this, I don't think Arch Manning is as bad as we made him look on Saturday. I
Oh hell
think
yeah!
that I think that Matt Patricia's defense is that unique. And I also saw another thing that said 2025 Matt Patricia is equal to what 2024 Chip Kelly was to Ohio State, and just in the fact
Hmm.
of like, Bubby, I think this is going to be the best defense we've ever seen our team have, and I'm not just being
Mhm.
biased, like just how smooth they looked, how cohesive they look, how I mean, like let's say this: Davidson Igmanoza came back because he said he wanted to be a first round draft pick and clean up the penalties. That's probably the only game I've ever watched him have zero penalties.
None,
Yes. Yes. That's
none.
a great point, T Matt. You know what I'm saying? Because I know I shouldn't say we, I'm speaking for myself. I know that excuse me. I know that I was real critical on him last year, being too handsy. I felt like he always had a defensive holding penalty like once a game. I'm not saying he had it once again, but I'm just saying as a fan, that's what it felt like. You know what I mean? I don't know if he actually averaged one a game, but I do
I
love
do
like the
know he
fact
was the most penalized DB in college football last year.
that
So if
yeah,
it
so
wasn't once a game, it was goddamn close.
mhm, it was. And the fact that he had zero penalties in a big game like this,
In
yo,
a huge game.
that's a testament to him, wanting to get better. And I feel like him just buying in to Matt Patricia's defense, playing disciplined defense, because that's where he comes from. Under the Bill Belichick tree, all them defenses are supposed to be real disciplined.
Yeah, that's
Not
something that was ringing in my head while I was watching the game was the interview of Caleb Downs when they asked him to compare the being coached by Matt Patricia and being matched or being coached by the trader that went to Puke State University.
hmm
Um, and he said like that the one that went to Puke State was like a good coach and that he wouldn't like really take it away from him, but like that the separation is that Matt Patricia is a great teacher and that he feels like he knows so much more football just based on how Matt Patricia teaches and how he
right,
coaches and that he
right.
felt everyone on the team was way more advanced this year from last year based on that because they know more football. So they are able to put
Man,
themselves in better positions. And I think that showed on the field
I
because
think
I think we had one penalty and I don't know that it was on the defense. You know what I'm saying? Like our
yeah.
defense, not only are they disciplined within the concepts of the defense, they are disciplined in the concepts of football, and they're not it. Bro, I'm
hmm
telling you, this defense is special, bro.
Cause
Like this defense.
they were doing some exotic play calling still. You know what I
That,
mean?
that Sark said that it was the most advanced college football defense he's ever played against in his career. He said that. I mean, like literally said it in an interview.
Yeah.
yeah, one thing I said I
Well,
mentioned this too
the
in
way
the
they
offseason.
disguise their coverages. Let me not speak that wrong and sound wrong. That the
Yeah,
way he disguised his coverage was the most elite he's ever seen in college football.
Yeah. Yeah. I
yeah.
agree.
I spoke this in the offseason about this defense. I'm like, bro, this defense is one of the most athletic defenses I've seen from Ohio State ever. And
Hey,
it showed
I
all
want to
over
give
the
one more
field.
shout out to Mr. McLean. I
Oh
understand why
yes.
you won your position
Oh
battle.
yes. And
You
I said I
looked
heard
phenomenal.
people was
You looked
saying he was flying
phenomenal.
around like a missile out there when we was doing the watch party. Some of my guys that's SEC fans like Georgia and shit like
It
that.
was like
They was in
a
the
plug and
comments.
play.
They was like, he man, number 18 is a missile. Who is that? I'm like, that's Jalen McClain. That's the sophomore.
hmm Yeah. Yo, Greg McElroy, because I watched him on ESPN talking his shit, right? And he said this. It was his take. He was saying that our defense or our team right now is what looks like the Michigan national title team, like the way they had the defense, good dominant defense, and not so good court. I didn't like the take. I'm just expressing what he
Ah,
said, right?
yeah. And
And
then
um
now,
and,
now
and to
we
get
can
y'all
talk
thoughts on
about the
that.
offense side. Now, like
Yeah.
I
offense
would say
wise,
like let me step in real quick, just real quick on what he just made a statement on. I could see the comparison. Not that I don't think Julian Sane is going to be good, but a
Mhm.
shorter, smaller build, very athletic, maybe able to make off throw or off balance throws, able to make most of the throws if he had receivers. I would say a lot of the reason we don't think of JJ as a decent passer is because they didn't pass a lot. But if you, I always bring back to one singular play against Alabama where he stumbled backwards, caught it one handed, turned and threw a dot
You're right.
35 yards down the field against Alabama to save that game. And I'm just saying, like, I definitely can see what they were trying to say, but I think that's almost, I hate it because he's a Michigan guy. It's almost disrespectful to not consider JJ a decent quarterback. I mean, went
Right.
to the playoffs twice. You know what I'm saying? Won a national championship. I think that he's going to look good in at the Vikings this year. He has a great core around him. So like I'm just saying like I think the comparison should have been made differently than how they said it cuz like body size, playing style and like ability to make off balance throws with their athleticism, I think they are actually I followed JJ really a lot. I wanted him really bad cuz he played with Carnell and like Carnell was just getting to IMG when JJ was there, so it was like I
Oh, I didn't
kind
know
of
that.
I don't think that they ever played together. If I'm being honest, I don't know if they've ever like, but like he was transferring to IMG when JJ, like I was watching JJ at IMG. I wanted him to be a Buckeye really bad. So I'm gonna be honest. I think our tune would be different on JJ McCarthy if he went here because he is a way better quarterback than Michigan allowed him to look like. My bad. Continue on with what you were saying.
No, no, I can roll with that. I mean, I get that. I mean, I have to run with you because I didn't see him too much in high school, so I had no choice but to take your word on that. I do think though, if we take our Ohio State hat off, like you said, just evaluate him that way, like unbiasedly, he's
Yeah.
not that bad. He really, what I'm saying. I feel like it's a knock on Harbaugh because Harbaugh didn't really coach him up to
I
where we
think that
thought he
we're in
could.
a I think that we're in a moment this year where, like, once Addison gets back from suspension, that you're going to get to see this man, what he would have looked like in an Ohio State offense, because he's going to have three elite receivers and an elite
Yeah,
tight end, and if you consider Aaron Jones elite, still an elite running back,
yeah.
and at least a top 10 offensive line. I'm just saying he's really set up to succeed at this moment. So I think that
Mhm.
you got the one A or one B at receiver. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, man. Speaking of the offense, man, this is the take from Jake Butt, a Michigan guy right here.
oh, I
He
wanted to
said,
bring this up. You beat me to it.
Offensively, he said, for Ohio State, Julian Sand played a much better game than people are giving him credit for. Had a few big time completions, but also was on the money in key situations when his wide receiver tight end dropped it. Jeremiah had two drops. Max Clear dropped the absolute dime from Sand on a fourth down. Sand also threw a beautiful ball on a slot fade to Ennis that was dropped. Make all those plays and the stats look different. On top of the fact drives would have been extended, which means more opportunities. Sand played great in a simplified game plan. Ryan Day said he's ready for more. Anyone saying otherwise didn't watch the film. Right here. Perfect take right here.
I
Perfect
like
Hey,
it.
take from Jake Butt.
from a Michigan, I'm even say Michigan, and I don't even say it often. From a Michigan man to say that. Also, I would like to state that it's opened up on my Facebook right now. I can send it to you if you'd like. Oh, it did close. Um, Jake Butt actually came out and said that Ohio State is the number one team in the nation, and he doesn't, or is the best team in college football. And, okay, here we go. I'm gonna send it to you. See if you can put it on here. I sent it to the
Yo,
Buckeye thing, but
good
it
for real,
says
for real.
Jake Butt, Ohio State is the best team in college football, and I will not hear another debate.
And
I
for real
like
though,
that. What up? Go
when we
ahead.
was watching the watch party,
Yeah.
Saying should have started 5 for 5. Me and
Yeah.
Greg Crest talked about it on the watch party. We was watching it. He should have started the game 5 for 5 without the drops.
Yeah.
And if nobody with those drops started the game, then nobody would be saying
And
all of the like.
let's also establish if Brandon Ennis catches his pass, then it's 21-7. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
And let's also keep in as hot as the offense looked from that point and the next drive once we did score. If Max Clare catches that first down out route, we might score on that drive too. Because we
Absolutely.
probably take him up top with Jeremiah the very next play, and he actually gets a chance to throw it.
And that probably would have been 20, and it probably would have been 21-0.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
bro.
just saying.
I know Day. He definitely said as far as the game plan was definitely vanilla, which is if you watch. That's why I said people don't watch the game fully, bro.
No.
Like I watch the
Bro, we
game
ran it
fully
in
and
the
I
A
watch it
gap
for what it
30
is.
times.
And I'm like looking at our offense, like our offense is being so vanilla, and I'm like for a game that's a big game of this magnitude. Like they're not trying to give so many looks at all for the future ops at all in this game, which is fucking nuts. But
No,
but
they
I understand the magnitude of it with Julian saying they didn't want to have him, guns blazing out there first game and shit. They wanted to do enough to win the game, which is I'm totally fine with that. Do
man,
enough to win
shout out
this
my
game
coworker. Shout out my
and
coworker
move
Kenny
on
McKee.
from there.
He made a statement the other night, and basically said he felt as if we played to the thought of winning, but we basically coached with the thought of another game in January or December, and not wanting to give them too much. Like, bro, we ran the ball through the A gap literally 30 times. We didn't run
No stretch
outside.
plays. Zero. That's a great point. Zero stretch running plays, yo, at all. We used to run those with Travion all the time last year.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I think that we walked in there with like a game plan of just literally running the clock down, keeping the ball away from Arch, not really allowing Julian to have to make any real plays yet. And then,
Playing good
you get out
defense.
of this game, and now, not counting Illinois, because don't none of us really take them serious as a contender against us about like Indiana last year. They're going to look decent coming into the game. It's going to be hyped up. The tickets are going to sell for a bunch, and it's going to be ugly. So I'm saying, like, once you get out of this game versus Texas, you walk into, okay, now we have until November 1st to get this motherfucker prepared. Now we have to November 1st to see what he can actually do. Because now we have about 5 or 6 games in a row where our C minus could get us a win. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
Right.
I don't think we're going to show any C minus. I'm just saying, like, I think that was the thought process, is what I'm getting at. Like, let's just, as simplified as we can, get through this game. One, to protect Julian. Two, to get the win. And three, because we are probably playing these motherfuckers again in the playoffs, and we want them to just think
Absolutely.
we're going to run through the A gap and try to run little crossing routes and a couple little long shots, and that's all we got. You know
right.
what I'm saying? Like,
You're right.
that's what they're going to have on film when they play, when they look at their film of the game against us. And I
Yeah,
promise you, we don't run the A gap 30 times in a game again until maybe Michigan, and I'll lose my fucking mind if he does it again this year.
Man, I highly doubt it. Like I just look at it as I like the game plan, and I like what I saw from JS10 in the game. Like I like what I saw. Like he and Ryan Day mentioned he felt that they probably could have allowed Julian to do more. They felt that, but they just
I
wanted
mean,
to
he's
get out
rolling
with
in the
this
fuck.
win.
He's rolling in the end zone. Fucking best freshman in the nation, supposedly. We all know it was
He
really
said it, and
Jeremiah Smith.
he didn't. He said one thing about the whole moment of the whole game is the fact that JS10 didn't flinch at any opportunity at all in this game at all, which is that I saw that from my eyes as well. Where that was first person, I'm like, that's real shit. Ryan Day is keeping it all the way 100. You're going to see a lot more from Julian as we build on each game. You're going to
Yeah.
see a lot more, which is I'm. You're going to see the passing game open up. You're not going to see JJ probably drop a ball for the rest of the year.
No.
That
Oh my God, that was wild.
like
I
you're not
got
going to see no two drops. You may see maybe one, but you ain't going to see no two drops in the game from JJ ever. I guarantee that.
no,
right.
no.
Um,
I will piggyback off what you said, bro. Like JS10, he stayed in the pocket, bro, and delivered some throws. Like wasn't afraid to get hit.
Took some hits too. Took some
Bro,
Yeah,
hits.
the one that got it for me, the one that was like, I was like, all right, he is him, and it was very, y'all are both Bengals, so you'll grasp what I'm saying. It was very Joe esque, and this man, he got pressure coming straight up the middle at him. We're at like the 6 yard line, and I mean he's scrambling to the right out the back of the end zone. He's got fucking Colin Simmons running straight at him,
yeah,
and he throws a fucking dot
yeah.
onto the sideline, like perfect ball. Like I'm
I
telling you,
was,
even one of the announcers was like, I don't even know if he really meant to throw that or if it just kind of landed. And it was like the other announcer was like, no, absolutely. What do you mean? That was
yeah,
perfect ball placement.
yeah,
Great, dude. And it was just very like to me. I immediately was like, oh, whoa, he is him right now. Like, what
yeah.
the
I was gonna
fuck?
reference that. I was gonna reference that same play, and then yeah, and wasn't there a touchdown pass too where he got hit? I think it was one of the how many touchdown passes did he throw? He threw two,
Just
right?
one.
Just
We just
one.
Just
had the
one.
C.J. Donaldson and the Cardinal Tate touchdowns.
I mean, well, I wasn't but a touchdown. It was like a third down conversion, but I remember he got folded, man, and delivered, and he stood in there, bro. Like what's that phrase they like to say? And if he looked right down the barrel, and, and,
Yeah,
and, and and fucking bro, and it was like, yeah, I like this dude. Like you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
He doesn't look, he's not big, but he's like, you know, like I don't know. He just seems like he's tough though. Like
Can I say what's something funny? They one of the analysts said that people weren't ready for Arch's aura and blah 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 blah. Like when he walks in the stadium, I really feel like when they're on the field, like the aura that JS10 presents is like, and y'all are gonna be like, that's a weird comparison, but like let me finish it. Like Kawhi Leonard-ish, like Just silent assassin, doesn't talk shit, doesn't get on the internet running his fucking mouth, don't get in front of the camera like, oh, I'm him, I'm the fucking guy. He just destroys you with perfect passes
Hmm.
and maneuverability in the pocket that makes him almost unsackable. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
saying this. They literally gave Colin Simmons freshman of the year over Jeremiah Smith. So obviously this dude is an elite defensive end. He was
Oh,
irrelevant to the
bro.
game.
Yeah, bro, it was so crazy, bro. I seen Minister Sports Zach Smith. He posted his clip earlier,
I love Zach Smith. I
and
do,
he
man.
he posted his clip of
I
the
wish he
play
wouldn't have beat his
before
wife up.
the play before the passing touchdown from JSN to Cornell. Cornell, he came over in motion before that play, and he put on a block for Colin Simmons on a run play before that play, where like it was a good ass block. Like it wasn't like he stuck him and nothing. Like he held him up to where like it
Yeah.
distracted him from the runner. Where it was a good ass block. Where that was a play that a lot of people, the fans, they don't see those type of plays. You know what I'm saying? That's being made from the players. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Especially so that was something real significant. And then right after that, next play, touchdown to Cornell, and Cornell cooked dude on that route. That route, if y'all see Cornell on that route, that
Hmm.
route was beautiful, bro. Like, and
Yeah.
like I said, the ball from JS10 was a little bit underthrown, but I mean, shit. If he threw it over the top,
I,
Cornell would have walked. He would have walked in the end zone on that
Yeah.
play. But
I
good
mean,
ball
let's
from
keep it
JS10
let's keep it
overall.
honest. Like let's be 100% honest. 29 was on right on his back hip. Could he have thrown it over top? Yes. But did he make that decision in that moment to throw a back shoulder fade to Carnell Tate because he knew he would catch it? And now people are trying to say he underthrew it. I don't think that he underthrew it, brother. If you've seen how accurate he was with every other pass, you wouldn't think so either. That was some
Bro,
ancient Tony Romo to Des Bryant back shoulder fade at the goal line where he jumps up and catches it. Yes, it was a catch versus the fucking Packers, and it was a catch Saturday against Texas. That is what
yeah,
it was, in my opinion. And that is an honest statement as someone who has played quarterback, and that's just what I really think happened in that moment. The dude was
yeah,
right there.
it
He
was a
could have
good
put it
ball
either
though.
way. If he
It was a
puts it
good
over
ball
top,
because
the defensive player has a better
it
chance of
wasn't
But
making
he'd
a
have,
catch.
Texas, but the
he wouldn't
defender
make
didn't
the
have
decision to back shoulder it
he
because
could.
Cornell had him beat. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
and
saying?
then the Texas player, he didn't make notion to turn his eyes around for the ball. Even when Cardell extended his arms to make the catch, the Texas player was just trying to get the ball down and knock it down at that point. He ain't really see the point of where the ball was coming for real. So good ball from JSTN, bro. Like yeah, like Ryan Day said, he felt like they could have done more, but they just wanted to keep it safe, let the defense play well because the defense was balling out of control. And I gotta play that fourth down stop, man, from them real quick right here.
Manning looks like they're going to do the tush push, and they don't get in. Ohio State does it again. Nebraska, Penn State last year. And right now, Texas
Shout out Cade Curry on that.
defense.
Edric Houston, Cade Curry. Big moment right there, in my opinion, for them.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, that play should eliminate any with the NFL. So like, okay, I'm trying to get rid of that. That play is bullshit because it can be stopped. You know what I'm saying? The Eagles,
Absolutely.
the Eagles had
Uh,
just
ah,
mastered it.
I will say this. I don't think that was technically a tush push just because they said it in the booth. They don't have a gentleman lined up directly behind him. If you see it right here, it's showing you. Arch turns himself away from everybody and tries to fold himself over the pile. Uh, Philly runs it definitely different, more like a rugby style than what that was. That was more a typical quarterback sneak to me, in my
Right.
opinion.
I
Yeah.
mean, I could rock with you, but still, the only difference
No, no,
between a
I
push.
agree. As a fan of one of the teams that was complaining about it, though I'm kind of iffy on my fandom at this moment. I'm gonna always be a Cowboy. We'll get through it. It is what it is. But I'm just saying the tush push is definitely stoppable. They're just really fucking good at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Jordan Love tries all the time. I think he's like 1 of 7. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, yeah,
it's definitely stoppable. The Eagles are just very good at it.
yeah. That was a big part in the game. That was big right there.
Bro,
Oh,
our, bro, our
that was
Vales and
huge.
Sonny, we said this in the offseason. They're going to be the best linebacker core in the country when it's all said and done. And they showed that shit so much Saturday, bro. Like Arvell, like I'm still like amazed at his performance, bro. Like at how well he was, dog. Arvell was a missile out there all over the field. And like we mentioned with Jalen McClain earlier, him playing alongside with Caleb. Caleb was like his communication with the DBs out there, I was noticing that too. Like him being a leader out there, calling out coverages and everything, and signals for the DBs for the secondary and everything, bro. Like Maine was like Iggy and Maine was on point. Like I got to give it up to Ezra Houston and Caden McDonald as well. Both of them guys up front, and it goes back to that shit that all the analysts said because I put that clip out Saturday morning too when we was talking about all the analysts talk about Texas running the ball on us and everything. Like they ran the ball, they did get like 166 yards. Even some of them yards was mop up fucking yards for real when the shit was kind of just done for real, but really wasn't doubt shit. But we stopped that run overall, and we forced Arch Manning to force his hand to throw the ball a lot of times, and he put the ball in arm's reach a lot in this game. Like Arch Manning missed a lot of open throws too. He missed. He was
Oh yeah,
missing open
that first
targets.
drive was the worst one in my opinion.
Yeah, and then but see my dog. Salute to my brother Tony Bray, man, from the Shot of Sports podcast, Cincinnati, man. My brother, he a big Bums Up North fan, and he tagged me. He was like, man, Arch was missing layups. I said, who fault is that? That's his fault. He got to make the throw. The guys was It was he had about 3, 4 guys,
Wide
four
open.
like three. It was 3, 4 plays where he had guys open and he's missing them motherfuckers, bro. Like throwing them in the dirt, like on 2 of them.
Yeah,
Like
that
you know
first
what I'm
drive,
saying? Like that's on him.
that rollout on the first drive, dude was wide open. I ain't gonna hold you. He was wide open.
Facts. And then it just shows like and I made that post during the game. I was like, man, let's talk about it. Julian Sand looks more comfortable than Arch Manning in this game right now. And
Facts.
that was the whole pace of the game where everybody was all shocked. Julian Sand looking more comfortable than Arch. Arch did not look comfortable at all. Even on the touchdown play, he didn't even look comfortable that he threw.
I don't think he ever looked comfortable the whole game. He looked confused. My opinion.
I agree.
And let's get to this fool. We ain't forgot about his ass. He's still tucking his tail, man. He's still tucking his damn tail, man. We gonna play the clip, man.
He was on
And let
first
me.
take.
Yeah, he tucked his tail on first take too. But this is a clip. I got another clip from him right here. So here we go.
And it's everyone's fault except Arch Manning's.
Yeah, listen, I'll take whatever blame comes my way, but what happens is we buy into a narrative, we feed it. And what's really interesting, Matt, is forget what I say or you or any other pundit. Vegas also is culpable here. They made him the favorite to win the Heisman. And I think that just, when you throw out some hot take and then you look at Vegas and you go, they got to know something, it just feeds into the frenzy. Was it unfair? Yes. Did we do it all? Yes. Are we all guilty? I'm guilty, guiltier than anyone else. But the point is, he ran up against an overmatched defense and a superb defensive coordinator. And was he exposed? Is it you turn a couple of plays in the game and maybe it's a different result, but that's not what happened, and that doesn't matter. And now he has a long season ahead to figure it out. And the good news for him, he's got a couple of weeks before he'll play with any semblance of a good team again. So that's probably positive.
Yeah, I just look again. I think Texas is going to be good. You're right; they have time to rebound. Arch has time to figure it out. I feel bad for the guy because, like I said in the open, if his name was Arch Davis, we're saying, hey,
He probably didn't, but I still felt he would do well. Now, who knows why we think these things? Uh, some of it was the fact that I just struggled to believe Ohio State would play at the level that they did, and they did. These things tend not to matter as much. Now, fortunately, Matt,
You're a
we're in
hater.
12-team playoff.
yeah,
It matters from a seeding standpoint, but it likely won't matter a whole lot. And it also adds the argument, are you better off playing some directional school in your first game, or should you play in what we had on Saturday? I liked what we had yesterday. It made the season opening more dramatic. But while Gunnar Stockton has confidence today, and people were believing in Georgia when maybe they didn't yesterday, the Texas myth seems to be all over the floor at the moment. None of it really matters, except this is what we do.
yeah. And look, again,
Man,
I
so
do
it's
like that
like
he
he
kind of
tried to
took
say
accountability
he
some.
took accountability, then he tried to take it back. That's my problem right there. I don't like that, bro. That shit corny. Like, but the thing is, like me and T Mac, we was talking about this shit before we came on. Like, it was just like it's the fact. Okay, yeah, you accept your accountability, but it's the fact that you just literally said vividly, I'm going off of Vegas. Vegas said, "Oh, he's the highest. He's the highest bid favorite and everything." So I'm going off of what Vegas. They may be right in. No, they got Texas beating Ohio State and everything. And I thought that this Ohio State was inexperienced and they wasn't going to be as talented than they were. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he says, all like, you take accountability and then you try to downplay this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my problem that I have right there.
I mean, first
He,
take,
he tried to say, "Oh, it didn't mean
um,
nothing. Oh, the game ain't mean nothing. They both of these teams gonna be in the playoffs. It didn't mean anything." But the
we
whole
said that
offseason,
too
you
though.
saying they gonna blow us out. The whole
But we all said
offseason, they
that
gonna
too
blow
though.
us out. Arch
Nah,
Manning is gonna do this. He gonna do that, and all of that shit. He had his dick in his mouth, dick eating crazy. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, let me play the
I don't know
video.
if ain't nobody told you, bro. You feel me? But I feel like I gotta be the one to tell you, family member. You know, it's been going on for a while, bro, and motherfuckers tired of this shit. I'ma tell you though, family. I ain't the one that give a fuck. You hear me? I ain't gonna lie, family. You might be the biggest dick rider ever, family. You a real professional dick rider, fam. Like you need to go to the Olympics, cuz. You be riding the fuck out that bike, man. Get off.
Man, bro, professional dick eating is what Paul Feinbaum does.
Yeah, I wonder what
Professionally.
his real beef with Ric Flair is, man, because Ric Flair was going in on
Hey,
bro.
Ric Flair was cooking his ass
hey,
because
listen, hold on. Let me just establish that Ric Flair. Shout out you for talking shit to him, but like, bruh,
yeah,
let's
we
establish
know,
that the
we know.
Chargers is not finna win no fucking Super Bowl.
Yeah, I don't know what I know
Hell
Rick.
no.
He got a song. He a bums up North fan too, man. So I was like, man, okay, I'm hearing you pop your shit, but you know what I'm saying, from perspective and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's cool, but it's cool, but you know what I'm saying. He definitely went in talking about Power Five bomb. He done fucked around and he done got the Ohio State game wrong, and he got the Alabama game wrong. Talking about Alabama getting watched by daggone Florida State right
Yeah, he
there.
was talking hella shit. I was like, damn. He done pulled out the old school Ric Flair, bro.
Man, bro, it was crazy, bro. I was in there like just looking at this shit from a whole grand scheme, like, man, bro. Like you can't sit there and you give that the criticism, like not even the criticism. You go ahead and do all the dig eating with Art, saying he gonna do this and do that and cook us and all of this shit, and then
He
nothing,
called
none
him
of
the
that shit
best player we've seen since Tim Tebow.
Yes.
see words like that. Like y'all put the pressure on him. So yes, you took the blame for us that shit, yeah. But then at the same time, you didn't want to give Ohio State they full credit for the dub, though, which that's the problem that we having right here.
He
That's the
said on
problem.
first take that was the worst take that he's had since he doubted Cam Newton the year when he went to Auburn. That's what he said. And he said that to Cam Newton's face. I said,
It was.
I was like, yeah, that's
I
like,
feel
It
damn.
like he
was.
has kind of taken some accountability on this situation.
Because
I'm
that's
Yeah.
late. Because it's late. It's late. It's being lazy. It's being lazy. You ain't do your homework just a lot of these other analysts didn't do their homework about this Ohio State defense. If y'all watch Buckeye Steppas podcast, we've been trying to tell y'all all season about this defense the whole fucking time. Man,
Yeah.
it feels good to be right.
Yeah. But I do think he's taking, I thought he took some accountability on first take. Like he didn't try to double down on it or anything like that. You know, made it hard to really come down on him really, really hard, when you
I like really expected him to come out and be like, Texas was the better team, but Ohio State won and blah blah blah.
Mhm.
But I was happy that he didn't do that. But
Yeah.
I don't know. What we talking next?
So of course, man, Ohio
Cause
State
fuck
last
Paul
7 games.
Feinbaum.
Yeah.
Ohio State last 7 games versus AP top 10 teams right there, man. They, what I'm saying, stacking them up, man. Texas twice in one calendar year. So right there,
Hey,
that's
I love that
big time.
Texas history books are gonna have two back-to-back losses to Ohio State.
Yeah.
So
Yep,
beautiful.
and we go to Austin next year, and it's a
Oh
home and home, so
yeah,
we'll be
boy.
at
I
Austin
can't
next year.
wait. I
And
can't wait.
I'm pretty sure that game's going to be a fucking night game because I'm pretty sure it'll probably be on ESPN. Or, so I'm
Yo,
pretty sure it's
yo.
going to be a night game.
And we're
We
gonna go
gonna
in there in all whites.
boy, we gonna beat their ass.
Listen, that's what I
Texas.
hold on. I just want to say this, y'all. This is a PSA to the whole NC double motherfucking A. You bitches better hope we don't win this year, because if we win this year, we literally lose like three fucking players that are even playing right now, and we're finna be even better next year. Jesus
Man,
Christ!
bro, I said this in the offseason. I said, y'all better get us now. 'Cause I'm telling you, next year team is going to be even more crazier. So that's why I said,
Hey,
I'm gonna continue to keep saying that. Y'all
hey,
better, y'all
shout out
better
to
be this
Tony.
right now.
Shout out to Tony. We about to run that daytime dynasty. You fucking hear me?
Yeah.
Hey. Hey man. Oh yeah, and let me shout this out too. All right, so 2027 class visitors, man, key guys right here. Anthony Sweeney, edge guy. He's really fond of Ohio State after this game for sure. Big one right here, which is I'm gonna do a buck. I'm gonna have to fuck around and get this together tomorrow, bro. David Gabriel
Shut
Georges,
your ass down.
man, top running back in the 2027 class, man. He's very high on Ohio State. Coach Lachlan has been close with this kid for a couple of years now, so he's been building with this kid for a long time, and he loves Ohio State. He was at the game this past weekend. 2028 quarterback Champ Mons. He's very high on Ohio State. His
I've actually
family.
read in a lot of the forums that Champ Mons is almost 100% Buckeye at this time.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
Um,
like don't even want to take other visits at this moment. Like wanted to do the Buckeyes visit first. Like I don't know. That like basically he's a fan from my understanding.
Yeah, he really enjoyed his visit this past weekend. Him and his family, they was at the
Is that a
game.
white dude or a black dude?
He's like
Black,
light skinned.
yeah.
Okay.
So
I
Brock
mean, yes,
Williams,
black, but he's light skinned as hell.
Okay.
Brock Williams, another big tight end in the 2027 class, kind of similar to Max Sutter, man. He's the Illinois kid too. No, he was at the game. He enjoyed himself as well. He's very high on the Buckeyes, of course. Because
Good.
you got teams like Bama and the Bums up north and played with him. And
So
Marshawn Sales.
I got a real question. While you read
Good,
these
good.
two read both receivers' names first, and then my question is: we already have number one locked. I mean, he not going nowhere. Like, let's keep it a buck. He born and raised to be a Buckeye on some Jack Sawyer, uh, TSC shit. You understand what I'm saying to you? Born and
Yeah.
raised, he will be a Buckeye in my opinion. Jameer Brown. So you're telling me the number 2 and number 3 receivers are also very much so high on our radar, and like
Mhm.
with everyone that we already have coming, can you imagine us getting 1, 2, and 3 out of the 2027 class?
Bro, I can tell you right now, from what
Man,
I'm hearing about these guys, Marshawn Sales, he just followed me on Twitter the other day. So definitely he's the Indiana kid, and he's very high on Ohio State. No, Brian Hartline, he was working with him in camp when they had, the summer camps this past summer. And no, he's very high on Ohio State. I can damn near say like that's a guy that I can see that's a lot. Like this class doesn't need no. I don't think we need like three, four wide receivers out of this class. Which is I'm hearing that they're gearing. They want to get three at the max for this 2027 class because they just got five in the 2026 class. So and they trying to hold on to the
Yeah.
guys they got right now because
right.
signing day ain't all the way up until December.
Hey,
So
I'm gonna
they
say
trying to keep
this.
everybody they got locked right now.
You know that I'm always a straightforward person. Oh, Bodgepin, oh, Bryson, oh, Philip. You guys, all three, better just go ahead and find you somewhere to go next year. Because
Man,
holy
nah,
fuck,
man, you
you,
can't say that, man. You can't tell them, man. They just around and listen to
bro.
this. They like, man, damn, man,
Yo,
you
you
just
stupid,
man,
bro.
T-Man just said, man, I need to hit the portal because we got these other kids coming
Hey,
in. Like,
hey,
you know what I'm
first
saying?
and
Bro, I'm
foremost, let me
telling
say,
you.
hey, first and foremost, if I got that type of pool, someone need to call me about that NIL money, motherfucker. And let me say this. I'm just being fucking realistic. We are talking about next year. We got number 1 and number 4 coming, and potentially number 7. Okay. And we already have 4 5 stars that aren't on the fucking field right now. So I'm sorry if I tell the 2 fucking 3 stars that they probably should fucking figure something out. I'm not being a hater. I'm being truthful. Go make your career happen because it's probably not happening here, my boy. You'll be mad at me if you want. If we pull 1, 2, 3 out of the 2027 class after pulling 1, 4, and 7 out of the 26 class, plus you
Yeah.
said 2 others because you said 5. I can't even think of who the other 2 are. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah,
We
Brock
got Desi
Boyd.
Jones. We got there's 4 receivers that might not never see the field here. That's not me being rude. That's us just recruiting outrageously.
My mom's calling me. I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna hop back on.
Oh yeah, go ahead, do this thing. Yeah, man. I'm definitely with this. Brock Williams is another guy that's kind of similar. They comparing him to like another Max Sutter type. And Brock Williams is a guy that's very high on Ohio State. It's going to be tough to get him though, because you already know a lot of teams they high on tight ends that can block and catch, and he's another one of those guys. So that's going to be a big one to get. But I know I can tell you right now, it's a couple. It's about like three linemen well, no, this offensive lineman class in Ohio in 2027 is solid as well. That lineman I was talking about from Moeller, KJ Johnson, he's high on Ohio State. They already crystal balling him to Ohio State, and he's looked solid the first two games that I watched from Moeller, watching him. And they got a couple more guys that's O linemen that they just crystal ball to Ohio State for the 2027 class. I can't think of their names right now, but I'm gonna get them for Thursday, so I can probably mention them more next week when we be on. I'll probably talk recruiting more next week for real, not
Hey,
after this. For real.
I think we should just start doing BSPV every week. There's
Oh yeah, yeah. I
let's
mean,
do 2 shows for the whole season.
now that the season here, I think it's gonna be needed that we're gonna have to run too. Like what I'm saying, we're gonna have to run too. And I'm gonna do the watch party for the Grambling game Saturday, even though it's a 3:30 kickoff game. Is that game on Pete? Where's that game at? I
Oh,
know it ain't on no damn. It better not be on no damn Peacock, man.
it might
First,
be.
probably on Big Ten Network, probably. Hold on, let me see. It's probably a Big Ten Network game. It better not be no damn Peacock. Yeah, it's on Big Ten Network. Yeah, 3:30 p.m. Yeah, man. So what you think about this top 25 right here, man? Right here. So I mean, with Ohio State, I know we were talking about earlier with Ohio State, as far as should we be number one over LSU? That was the whole conversation this morning in the college football world,
Why
as
was
far
that
as
even
who
a
was moving.
conversation?
They made it a conversation, bro. Like a lot of those SEC guys and some of those old college football media guys, they tried to make this a conversation, which I just felt like it's no conversation now. With LSU, yes, they did get a great win over Clemson. Yes, they should be in the top five, which is they got them at three, which is that's cool. That's cool. But the thing was with that game with Ohio State, they beat Texas, which they put them at number one to start the season off. So it's only right to put Ohio State at number
Mm.
one, even though I can say for myself, I'm a guy, I don't really care for us to be number one like that. That's just me. I don't be caring for that. Like, right, especially at this time of the season. Like now when it get like later in the season when we playing for seeding and shit, then that shit, kind of plays into to effect for us the number one and
I
the
usually
rest of the
be
race.
kind of I usually be kind of weird about that too, but I'm gonna be honest, bro. I don't have a lot of worry for it with this team, and I'm gonna be real. I bet all these other teams know that too. All these other teams that know football are probably like, "Oh fuck, them dudes are way better than they were last year," and that's crazy to even say out loud. But that's not the question you asked me. The question you asked me is, what do I think about the top 10, 25? And I'm gonna say a few things. I think that 7, 8, and 9 need to switch spots with 8 and or with 10 and 11.
Mm.
I think that Carolina and Illinois should switch in front of these 0-1 teams. Um, but either way, they're not gonna. It's that big name program bias bullshit. But if
Yeah,
if
they giving
either one of those
Clemson
two would have
love.
lost their
They're gonna give
yeah,
Clemson and Texas love because they only lost by a touchdown in both of their games. So they're gonna show them that
right.
generosity and that shit. And they looking at the roster
I
like
also
Texas
I
and
also
Clemson
think that
roster is better than Illinois and Arizona State and
I
those type of guys.
yeah I also think that Oklahoma, Ole Miss, and Tennessee are probably really underranked as well too. They've all looked really solid.
Yeah, that quarterback for Oklahoma, man, John Mateer, that transfer from Washington State,
He gonna end
he
up
was
suspended
sharp.
though if all that betting shit ends up real.
Oh, word! I didn't hear about that. They got like a little bet. He got a betting scandal on his name right now.
I mean I read a bunch of articles and saw like people talking about that he had like
Oh,
sent somebody a fucking Venmo that was like for betting on this game.
oh, wow,
I don't know.
wow, yeah,
I'll show
yeah.
you. I'll send you
Hopefully,
when we get off here tonight. I'll send it to you.
yeah. So I mean, with Oklahoma, of course, this week, of course, they got the Bucks up north at home, man. College game day gonna be there this Saturday, so that's like one of the big games this weekend that's happening, going down. Which is, of course, Ohio State. We got Grambling this week. 3:30 p.m. kickoff on Big Ten Network. Penn State, they got Florida International University on Big Ten Network at 12 p.m. They got them minus 42 and a half favorites right now on ESPN Bet. Um, you got San Jose State versus Texas. So Texas, they got an ABC 12 o'clock kickoff. 36 and a half favorites for Texas this week. And then you got Duke and this game is gonna be a good one right here. This game with Duke and Illinois right here. Duke, of course, they got the quarterback from Tulane. Man, they paid a lot of money for that that guy to come over there, and they looked decent in their first game for sure. So Duke and Illinois, this is gonna be an interesting game, man. For Illinois, they got them minus 2.5 right now. This is a 12 p.m. kickoff on ESPN. Eastern Texas A&M
Right.
versus Florida State. Um, 12 p.m. kickoff on ACC Network. Iowa versus Iowa State. Of course, the in-state Iowa rival game right there between them.
Right,
They
that'll
got
get ugly.
Iowa State minus 3.5 right now. in
I
that
think it'll be
game.
way worse than that.
You think You think Iowa State gonna blow them out?
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah,
I don't
Iowa
think
State.
Iowa's that
They
good.
look good. They look good. They first two games. I definitely got to say that they beat Kansas State in that first game, and they looked sharp in their game last week compared to Kansas State playing North Dakota, almost losing that damn game.
Right, which is
Yeah, I
honestly a
would
bad
definitely
look.
pick Iowa State.
No, I hear you.
Then you got Baylor at SMU. You know,
Trash.
Baylor they just lost. They lost to Auburn this past week, and SMU
Shout
they
out the
won.
favorite team to play with on NCAA 2025 for most people, Kennesaw State, the most unknown team in the game.
I think they like them because of their uniforms.
Yeah, maybe.
I think that's the only. I think that's the only because I be watching this shit online and stuff, watching people play some of the games sometimes too, and I'll be seeing like they only like Kansas State because of like the uniforms. I think like and yeah, Indiana got Kansas State this week. Like they should do their thing, even though Indiana they was shaky against Old Dominion last week, man. I don't know, man. They should win this game though. I mean, this is Kansas State. They should beat them boys. They got them still ranked at 23. Kent State versus Texas Tech. That should be a belt to ass game right there. Um, Texas A&M, 31 and a half on their game. Austin P, Georgia. Georgia got another cupcake. 3:30 kickoff. They should blow out that game. Oklahoma State and Oregon. 20 minus 28 and a half in this game right there. That I damn sure ain't gonna fuck with that on the spread.
No.
That spread is crazy. That is
Yeah.
crazy. And then of course Clemson, they back at it. They got them minus 33 and a half in their game. Ole Miss at Kentucky. So they got a conference game with Ole Miss and Kentucky right here. They got Ole Miss minus 10 and a half right there on Kentucky in that game. And Eastern Tennessee State versus Tennessee. You already know that's another belt ass game for sure. South Florida at Florida. So South Florida coming off they upset on Boise State. They coming to Florida, man. So Florida got a stretch of like Florida games that they're about to have. I think like their next three games are like all Florida games. So you got Florida minus 17 and a half in this game with South Florida right here. And that's gonna be an interesting game for sure, right there, man. I'll probably edge Florida in this one right now,
Yeah, DJ and
but
them boys gonna do them dudes dirty.
man, yeah, I edge Florida in this game, but South Florida, them boys definitely they gonna come to play, and they definitely got upset on their mind for sure in that game. So that's definitely a game that people gonna be paying attention to for sure at 4:15 on SEC Network. Cal Poly at Utah, that's another belt to ass game right there. Bethune Cookman at Miami. Belt to ass for Miami. South Carolina State at South Carolina. Another
About to
belt to ass
ass.
game. Louisiana Tech at LSU. Another belt to ass game. Arizona State, Mississippi State. They got Arizona State minus 6.5 in this game right now. Games to really pay attention a little close to a little bit, man, to see if Mississippi State come out there and try to, get the upset on Arizona State right there. So that's an interesting game. Louisiana Monroe at Alabama, they get to come back. They moved Alabama back to 21. God damn. From 8 to 21. That's crazy. Um Shit, with the way they lost shit, I ain't fucking surprised. They definitely should. They should definitely do their thing in that game. It's definitely interesting to see how Alabama's going to look after that loss, though, versus Louisiana Monroe. And then you got Michigan right here, the Buffs up north. They playing Oklahoma. That's the big game this weekend. And, of course, the guy, man, the boy Bryce Underwood, he was 21 for 31, 151 yards. Well, I think he had 251 yards, 130
Right.
in that game with New Mexico. So I mean, he was all right. He did his thing in the game a little bit. Like But this Oklahoma team, like Brent Venables, defensive minded coach. They got a quarterback in John Mateer that's a dog that looked sharp in his first start at Oklahoma last week. So this is gonna be a big one right here, man. And right here, SEC Big Ten, another matchup right here again, man. What you think about this matchup right here?
Um, I want to be a hater. I think it's going to be a legit game. Like I said to my coworker last night, I think this is like the game of 6 and 5 teams last year that we decide which one of them actually was overrated this year, or we see that they're both pretty solid, or that they both suck. But I
Okay.
would say Texas, or I would say Oklahoma looked better week 1.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you 100% for sure, bro. I definitely believe Oklahoma looked better in their game. And I just think with Michigan is I'm really curious to see how you know Bryce Underwood handles Oklahoma, handles as far as the atmosphere and handles this first game because this is a 7:30 kickoff. This is a night game. This is a night game right here.
Right.
And that Oklahoma crowd, they gonna be crazy for this game. They first
Yeah.
big game of the season, and they gonna be thirsty to knock Michigan off because right
Yeah,
now, of
and
course,
let's keep it a buck. Bryce Underwood's first real college football game.
right, absolutely, and Michigan defense just them last week they gave New Mexico 17. Like a
Mm.
lot of people believe their defense wasn't supposed to give them no 17.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah, man. So like, it's a real interesting factor, man. And this, briefly, you can kind of just go over with our game, man, for this week too, man. What you think about, with this game? What you want to see in this game with Ohio State and Grambling this Saturday?
I want to see Eli Brickhandler play the fourth quarter.
Hey, it's definitely fucking possible for sure. It's possible. I
That's
say I say like they get like the starters they if the starters can score their first three drives and look sharp, then you go ahead and start taking them guys out and putting the other guys in, man. That's what you just in these games right here. The level of competition is very fucking low. So of course it'd be hard to get up for some of these games at times, but you got to go out there and handle business. Knock these guys off quick, put them out of their misery early, and then
yeah,
you can go home and eat good and celebrate after that. You know what I mean? Like that. This is one of those
yeah,
type of games where you want to just see development though in the process though from your starters within the first few drives. You want to see the offense score the first three drives, and then you see the defense make some stops the first quarter as well, and just everybody looks sharp to where you just build into
right.
next week when we play Ohio. That's what you really want to see out of games like this for real. Just the starters look sharp, then you put second and third string in and
Right.
let them work and get some development in their game too.
But you asked what I want to see, so I would say I would like to see some run plays that don't go to the A gap. Um, and I would like to see them let Julian open up a little more. Because, like I said, this is a game we probably could win at a D rating. Um,
Right,
just based on being better athletes. Just they're not going to be able to keep up with our guys, and there should be a lot of easy looking, wide open passes, and we should be able to see how accurate this man is on big bombs. So I think that it should be like 50 plus to nothing, three at most. Like maybe they get a good drive on the backups and get a field goal near the end, but we'll
facts,
see.
bro. Facts, man. Definitely, man. I'm definitely excited about this game, even though it ain't. No, I just be excited just to watch us, like watch us play ball, man. That's just the more excitement about it for real, for me, for real, man. This team right here, this team, the sky's the limit for this team. That's why when we talk about this team, people thought this team was gonna take a little downslide because we lost guys that like I remember I heard Ryan Day mention this earlier that we lost over 700 starts from the experienced guys that we lost in the draft last year. You know what I mean, from this past year's thing. You know what I mean? Like that's a lot of starts, a lot of experience. And I wasn't I was confident in the guys stepping in into these new roles. Some of these guys that was backups last year. I was confident in with these guys because of their talent. That's why I said the talent on this team is unmatched. And this roster, like Ryan Day has built this roster to try to win dynasties, to try to win championships. And I don't think the world is seeing how this shit play in 4K right now. What's going on with Ohio State? But it's something special with this program right now. It's something very special going on, and man, I'm just excited to see how this season is going to keep panning out, man, with this team, bro. Because we know the big games is Illinois, Penn State, and the bums up north. Those is the Big Ten games. But you gotta watch out for like the game at Washington, the game at Wisconsin. You gotta watch out for those games. The Purdue, you know what I'm saying? Even though Purdue, they got like 50 transfers from their team. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy. I was reading up some of the numbers of some of these teams. They had so many incoming transfers on the team. I'm like, thank God Ohio State, we're not in that predicament, man.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Well,
for
shit,
sure.
brother. I got to
We
work
gonna
in the
get
morning,
out.
and so I'm
Yeah,
gonna
for
hop
sure.
off here.
You already know, bro. We can go and end this one, man, for sure, man. You already know the vibes, man. Hit the like button, hit the like button. Y'all watch
Hit the
this on the
share button.
playback for
Hit the
sure.
subscribe button.
Share the content, man. Share the content for sure. Get
But
this content in the algorithm.
most importantly, make sure you watch the fucking Buckeyes.
Absolutely.
Oh
Absolutely.
wait.
Ayo. Yeah, man. Make sure y'all definitely hit that like button. Y'all watch this on the playback for sure. And subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed, man. And let us know in the comments, what y'all opinions in on any topics that we covered on the show today, for sure. And you already know we live every Thursday at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. Every Thursday, Buckeye Steppas podcast. Every Thursday, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. We'll go over Ryan Day's press conference that he had for Tuesday, and we'll go over predictions for this weekend's games. A full prediction show for this weekend games for sure. And we just wanted to get everybody a little situated for this week, man, because this is week 2, and talk about this game with the Buckeyes in Texas was just, we got that dub, and we trying to keep stacking and building, man. It's all about stacking and building, man, in this game of football, man. And it's one game at a time. So definitely taking it one game at a time. And this Buckeye team, they definitely they on a mission. They on a mission. They want to go back to back, and don't be surprised if they do that, man. And we out of here, Buckeye Steppers.